Day 12. So today I've had whole wheat pancakes with strawberries, and then on the side here and there as a snack, I would have some dates. Those are pretty good. And that's been everything I've eaten for breakfast, for lunch. Um, Last night we did have some pork chops, green beans, and rice. That was pretty good. Um, I am hoping to transition out of eating meat, but right now we're still introducing these grains and new dietary practices into our lifestyle. So we're working on it slowly but surely. However, I did have some insights for you today that I thought were kind of interesting. Um, I promise grain, wheat, bread, that's not the biggest thing in the world for me. I'm trying not to be too obsessed with this. However, a couple of fun facts here, because a lot of people are knocking carbs and knocking wheat or grain, saying, "Oh, we shouldn't have those." Well, I'm gonna point you to some history. Um, Adam, the first person, the first man, God told him that by the sweat of thy face or by the sweat of thy brow, thou shalt eat bread all the days of thy life. He lived to be 930 years old. I don't know any health gurus that have that, who can claim that for themselves. And then on the other hand, so that's just one person for longevity purposes. Now let's look at the biggest dietary experiment or study in the world, in the history of the world. The largest group study ever done was in the wilderness for 40 years with the Israelites. They lived off of manna. It was bread from heaven. Okay. And, let's think about that. Male, female, old and young, everybody lived off of manna, bread, for 40 years in the desert. And they had all sorts of things to do. They had to survive. They had wars every now and then. They worshiped. They did everything under the sun. And they lived off of bread. So 40 years with millions of people is, correct me if I'm wrong if it wasn't millions exactly, but last I checked, I thought it was millions. Yeah, so for longevity, Adam, bread. For the biggest food study ever done, it was the Israelites in the desert for 40 years. Anyway, take care, guys. Hope you have a great day. And look for one thing that you can do to better your health today. See ya.